So now let's create the report section. So here I'll click on add section. So this data card 4 has been added. So let's change to DC underscore report. So under that, let me add one horizontal container. Rename to rename this to report container. Okay. So as we have two graphs, so we will divide this container with two vertical containers. So let's set its size. So set its x is 0 and y 0. Change its width to parent dot width. Okay, and change its height to parent dot height. So within this container, let's have two partition. So we will place two graph over here. So select this, add two vertical container. Okay, so I'll copy this one and paste it. Control Z. I'll copy here and select this container and paste it. Okay, so this container, let me change this to report underscore left. Okay, and this one report underscore right. So let's remove the drop shadow, border radius for this one as well, for this one as well, drop shadow to none. So in the report left, add a section of chart. So we will use here a column chart. All right. So charts have been added. So select the report container and align vertical, make it stretch. Okay. Add gap of 20. For this data card, set its width to parent dot width, because we want the width should be equal to the parent dot width and height should be equal to the app dot height. All right. Now we can see our chart is clearly visible over here. So in the select this chart. So now we need to provide the data source. Okay. So here choose the items and under item just choose V expense amount by. So let's change the chart title. So this should be expense amount by expense type. Change this to Lato. Let make it 12. Okay. Font weight to semi bold and let's change the color. App color stop. Instead of medium, let's set it dark color. Set flexible height to turn on so that it takes all the space. Not this one. Chart we need to set. And for legend, set its height to 20. So now we need to change the font. So now we need to change the color of this bar so that it should be aligned with the app theme. Okay. So go to its item property, go to advanced. So here is the item color set. So I have created all these color set based on our app theme. Okay. So let me change that. So I'll change to that this one. Okay. So this color has been changed as per the theme color. So let's set its width of this column. So here we will set its width based on the screen. If finance tracker dot size is less than equal to screen size dot small, it 400. Otherwise, it should take the full width of the container, which is report left. So I'll say parent dot. So now this has taken the full width, which is equal to the parent container width. So right now parent width is report left, so it has acquired the full width. So when we are on the device mode, so this will take only the device width. Okay, so as per this condition, so at the time this width will be 400. So right now it's 673. So in the mobile it will be 400. So in the report container I want this should wrap to the next line when space is low, because in the mobile device this width will be low. The second graph should wrap below the first graph. Okay, so let's add another graph on the right side. So this time I'll add a pie chart. Okay, click on add icon. So I'll add one pie chart over here. So we will change the similar properties. Click on the pie chart, go to its item. So this time I will pick another view, income amount by income type. Okay, so for chart title, so let me change that income amount by, so let me change that income distribution by source. Okay, similarly I want to change these colors. Okay, so I'll copy this from here, column chart one, go to advanced, copy this color set, go to second chart, advanced, item color set. So we have changed this color as well. So for this legend, this one is for this legend, this one changed to Lato. Then similarly for this legend, change to Lato and size to 10. Okay. So similarly, we need to change the width. So for pie chart, so let's set the width. So we will add the similar condition which we added for the first chart. If finance tracker dot size is less than equal to screen size dot small, then it should be 400. Otherwise, it should take the containers width. Parent dot, otherwise should be parent dot width. So now this one has taken the entire width. Similarly, we need to set its height. So this one is fine. So let's see. Let's change the formatting of this title. So change is to Lato. Make it 10. Bold. Set this color. App colors dot dark color. Okay. So one more thing if you'll do is if you fill this color with this light color, so this will give more better look and feel. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll select this report right and change this color to app colors dot medium color. Okay, so now we need to change this text. Select this label legend and change this color to white. Similarly for pie chart, change this for color to white. Okay, similarly for title, change this to white. Remove this, change this to white. Okay, so now this looks much better. So let's try to run it, save it. So this one is font size is 12. Let's make it 10. So you can see in the mobile device the wrap has been done, but there is this one is not appearing correctly. Okay, and this one is also having some issue. We'll fix that. Let's check with the tablet. There is some alignment issue. What about canvas? So canvas also there is some issue in the alignment. Okay, let's fix that. So in the report left, let's add some gap, say 10 pixel. Put it here and the report right, therefore 10. So now this looks much better. Okay, so let's see that. We need to reduce the minimum height. Okay, so for that I'll turn this off, and for this pie chart as well, the mobile it's fixed now. So this is all about this report section. So in the last session we have completed the income. Now let's work on the delete functionality. Okay, so for that we need to create one dialog. So select finance tracker and insert one horizontal container. All right, so make it at 0, set it 0, set its width to parent dot width and set its height to parent dot height. So similarly way what we did in the pop-up, so we need to set its color. So I'll just copy this fill color. Okay, and for this container I'll go to the fill property so that we have a blur effect. Okay, so let me change this to delete dialog. Okay, so within delete dialog I need one pop-up over here. So let me add one more horizontal container. So I'll select this, insert horizontal container. So I'll rename it to delete form and let me remove its fill property, fill. So this should be app colors dot, I'll choose light color. Okay, so let me reduce its width and height. So its height was, let's make wrap true. Okay, so for its height let's put set dynamic width. Okay, so here we'll check it with the screen size. If as we did earlier, finance tracker dot size is less than equal to screen size dot small, so then we will set it 300. Okay, so let's check for the larger size. Finance tracker dot size is less than equal to screen size dot large, then we will set 400. Okay, and for the rest of the case we will set it at 500. Similarly, let's set the height. If finance tracker dot size is less than equal to screen size dot small, then we will set it 150. otherwise we will set it 200. And also we want this dialog should present in the center of the screen. Okay, so we will go to the parent container and align it to center. Okay, so now this we got this dialog. So now within that we want one message should be there, something like, are you sure you want to delete this income? And below to that there should be two buttons, one is yes and one is for no. So within this delete form, let me add one more container. So I will add two containers, one for the label and the one for the buttons. So I'll one horizontal container. Okay, and I'll select this again and add one more horizontal container. So this first container, so keep it left. So I'll set its width to dynamically. So parent dot width. So I want this should take the parent width. Okay, so let me add one label within this container, text label. So here we will write, are you sure you want to delete this income? Change this to Lato, font size to 10. Let's make font to bold, center line. Okay, and set this flexibility to turn on. Let's change the color. So here we will set app colors dot medium color, or you can also set the dark color. I'll move it to upside. Okay, so now after the container 18, here we need to add two buttons, one for yes and one for no. So let me reduce the height of this container to 40, so that now here is our, so we can set this flexible height to true. Okay, so let me add two buttons over here, insert. So instead of adding it here, so let me copy that button. We already have some formatting in the pop-ups we have, right? So I'll copy it from here, Control C, Control V. I'll add one more button. Okay, so the first one I'll change it to yes, and for this one I'll change this to no. I'll just align it. So let me add some gap, 5. So for this button, set its height to 25 and set its width to 100. Similarly, I'll change this width to 100 and set its height to 25. So now just need to remove this border radius and drop shadow to none. Similarly for this container, just remove the drop shadow and border radius. Delete form as well. No. Okay, so now we have to write this functionality. Okay, so this delete dialog, so let me create one variable. So based on that we will set its visible property. Okay, so for that we need to select this variable in the on select. So we will create one variable, set b delete form. So when someone will click on this delete icon, so this pop-up should appear. So I created this variable. Okay, and for this b delete form in the delete dialog, so I'll make this dialog visible when this variable is true. We'll write this variable here, b delete form. So currently b delete form is visible false, so that's why that dialog box has disappeared. Okay, so now what we have to do is we also write some functionality on select of this button, on select. So we don't need this, click on remove. So I need to remove this em underscore income, then I'll get lookup. So em underscore income, so where income id, then we need to refresh vw underscore income. So just reset the variable prompt to false. So once record get deleted successfully, just set the notify record successfully, success. Okay, so in case of no, just set it false on the select of if someone, so if user don't want to delete it, remove it. So in case of no, just hide the dialog box. So let's try the application. So before that I need to set the edit id as well. So I'll copy it from here. So this income id. Okay, now income id will variable will be updated. Canvas size. So click on delete. So we got the dialog and a blur effect. I'll set it now. Nothing will happen. So now again, so let me try for this record lab software. Click on delete icon. say yes, and that record has been deleted successfully. Okay, so let's see our app in tablet format. Click on the delete icon. This looks fine. Just rotate it. Click it here. This one also looks fine. Click on no. Let's see in the mobile device. Click on the delete dialog. This one also looks fine. So let's try it one more here. For ebook sale, let me delete this one. Lab software 25 and click on yes. Record deleted successfully. So this completes our delete functionality and overall income functionality. Thank you. So in the last session, we have completed the charts. So below to this report, we want one footer section should be there. Okay. So let's add one section. So this one is added. So let's change to DC underscore footer. Okay. So here let's add one container. So set its x to 0, y to 0, and width set to parent dot width, and height we want it should be only 30 to 40. Let's see if set to 30. Okay, because we just need to show the footer only, and remove the drop shadow and remove the border radius light. So let me make it fill to app color or dark color. Okay, so here we'll change the, so let's add one horizontal container and to vertical. So set its height to 30. Okay, so add one variable. So we'll put one text label over here. Change this color to white. Set it flexible width to on. Change this to Lato 10 and change this text to copyright. Okay, so let's justify this. For content 23. Okay, set minimum width to 50. Set its width to parent dot width and set its height to 30. Okay, so now this looks fine. If we see the tablet, here also it looks fine, and if we see the canvas, here also it looks fine. Okay, so this is all about the footer component. Thank you. You can download the Power App template directly from the link in the description and start using it. Hello everyone. So in this session, we will work on the email functionality. So when some user will enter his email address, so that email address should be registered in our database. So on the subscribe button in the on select property, so I'll place this code. So em underscore subscription is the table, so which will store all the email address or the subscribers. So I have written a patch statement, patch of this table, and in the default em subscription means we are inserting a new email, and then finally we are providing this email address from this email address text box. And once that is patched, so we will notify to the user that you have successfully opt for the email subscription. So let's try this code. Hit subscribe. You got a message, you have successfully opt for email subscription. So you can see here we have successfully captured the email address of the subscriber. Thank you. So in this session we will complete the top menu navigation. So when user clicks on income, so it should navigate to the income section, and when user clicks on report, it should directly navigate user to the report section. And if user is on the last page and if someone clicks on this logo, so he should navigate to the first screen of the page. So let's achieve that. So let's do when user clicks on this logo, so he should navigate to the first page. So this section we have got in the hero. So we'll go to the DC hero. So in DC hero, so let me add one button. We will rename this button to button hero. So set its Y position to 0 because we want user should directly navigate to the top of the screen. Okay. Now on this image logo click, I'll call the set focus function, and here I'll pass the button. So button we have is button hero. I'll close it. Let's try to run that. Let's move to the end. Click on this icon. So now we have navigated to the first page of the screen. So if user is at this screen, if someone clicks on this image, he will directly navigate to this button. Okay. So this button is not looking good, so we need to remove this. So what we are going to do is, we don't want to display this button. So what I'll do is I'll make its width and height both as 0. Now it's not appearing. So now let's try it out again. I scroll it down, click on this icon. I am on income page, click here. So I am on this first screen. Okay. So we have completed this part. So let's similarly do the income and the reports part. So this income section is covered under DC underscore income. So let me add one button over here. Let's rename this to income button. So now to make this functionality, we need to set the proper Y coordinates of this income button. Okay. So go to its Y coordinate. So it's hard code 50. So here we need to calculate this Y axis dynamically. It should be the sum of report container, which is DC report, because that is below to that. Okay. So we will calculate the Y position of the report container, and this is DC underscore report. So what we'll write here, the report container is report container dot Y plus we also have this footer, and footer is represented by DC underscore footer. So we will say footer container dot Y plus, so this income container in itself having some height, so I'll get its height divided by 2. So here I'll say income container dot height divided by 2. Okay, so let's try that out. So I'm here. So we need to set focus on this income screen. So go to the income, on select, call this button, set focus. So the name is income button. Income button. Click here, go down, click on income. So now we reach to income. Again go down, click on income. Okay. And here click on income. So now it's working fine, but there is some distortion over here. So there we have specified some gaps. So to remove the gap, we need to decrease the Y coordinate of this button. So let me remove the gap, minus 20 pixel. Let's try that out. I am at the bottom, click on income. So now it's perfectly appeared. I am on the first screen, click on income. It's working fine. So let's try with the mobile device. So I am at the bottom, click on income, perfectly fine. I am on the first screen, click on income, it appears correctly. All right. So now we need to hide that button. For that, select the income button and make width and height as 0. Let's try that out. Income, home screen, income screen. So now let's do the same for the reports. So for report, we have this section DC underscore report. So I'll select this and insert what button over here. I rename this to report button. So now we need to calculate the Y position of this button. Go to Y axis, remove this hardcode 40. So below to this report, we have two things. One is we have this footer container, as well as we have to put this button on the center position. So let's add that footer container dot Y, right, plus we have the report container. So similarly we do the report container dot height divide by 2. So let's try this out. So I'm here, click on reports. Sorry, we need to call this function as well. So click on report, type set focus, and here I'll pass the report button, close this, click on report. So now we have reached to the report section. Click here, we are at the home section, click on income, we are in the income section, report, we are in the report section. So this is all about one page finance tracker app. Thank you.